In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you someone's encounter with Krampus, a folklore creature described as being half goat, half demon, who during the Christmas season attacks anyone who hasn't subscribed to my YouTube channel and given my video a thumbs up. That's definitely part of the official folklore, so like and subscribe to stay safe, and let's jump right into the story. Enjoy. My encounter with Krampus when I was a young boy. Growing up, I never heard about anything evil when it came to Christmas. My parents always took me to see Santa every year, and I never got coal in my stockings. I believed in Santa up until about age 9, so every year I always acted super good in the months leading up to Christmas. You know, as a kid, you want to get as many presents as possible. I still remember the excitement I would get each year. That same year, my parents worked a lot of late nights, so they would always leave me and my older sister, who was 16 at the time. I never really got along with her, until now, as we're now both adults who don't live together. My sister was especially mean that year, inviting over her boyfriend some nights. I would threaten to tell Mum if she brought him over again, and my kid mind would make other ridiculous threats, such as threatening that I would tell Santa so he would put coal in her stocking because she wasn't following the rules. One day, she had had enough of my bickering and decided to retaliate. She started out with, "You know what's even worse than getting coal in your stocking?" Of course, me being a curious little boy, I pressed for information. "What's worse?" I would ask with a tough little attitude. Then she said it. Krampus. I remember the nerve it struck when she said that name. Of course I didn't know who or what Krampus was, but it just sounded bad. "What's Krampus?" I probed. I can still see her evil grin ingrained in my memory when she told me. "You know Santa isn't real, right?" I always had a sneaking suspicion, but of course I asked, "What do you mean?" "Don't pretend you don't know. Mum and Dad buy all your gifts, and the guy you see at the mall you call Santa is just a man in a beard doing a job." I wasn't really surprised. This just confirmed my skepticism of Santa. "But do you know what is real?" she continued. "Krampus, the evil spirit that comes and takes little boys like you to the underworld." My impressionable mind believed every word she said, and I was terrified. "He comes and takes little boys that tattle. All you need to do is tattle 3 times during the Christmas season, and Krampus, the Christmas demon, comes and gets you." Her twisted little mind even brought up 2 other times I snitched on her for something stupid within the past week. This alone freaked me out, because 1 week later I tattled on her for eating my Pop-Tart off my plate. After I tattled, I thought about what she told me the week before. The true legend states that Krampus comes to punish children who misbehave, so my sister had twisted the story in her favour. Anyway, here's when things got weird. This was the same year I realised I was attracted to women. I was in my parents' room one night when they were gone. I was looking for batteries for my RC car and went snooping through the drawers. Lo and behold, I found my dad's Playboy stash. I looked through that thing for a good half hour before putting it back. This was a busy Christmas season. The same year I realised Santa wasn't real was the same year I discovered women. At that point, nothing had happened with Krampus, so I had chalked up that story to my sister trying to scare me. But I think looking at that magazine was a big mistake, and to this day, the reason why I got a visit. It was that same night. If I'm not mistaken, Christmas was just days away. I woke up in the middle of the night, extremely thirsty. The house was pitch black, except for an overhanging microwave light in the kitchen. I got my water, then headed back towards my room. It was at that moment when I heard a noise on the roof. I remember thinking if I was second-guessing myself about Santa being real or not. I whispered to myself, "Santa?" I walked towards the window and saw what I thought was a deer standing outside. I thought maybe the noise came from the deck and not the roof. Maybe the deer had walked on the deck and jumped into the yard. But I took a closer look and realized I may not be looking at a deer. It turned around, revealing its really large body and glowing red eyes. And the antlers were not antlers, but horns. I remember thinking that it kind of looked like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. I was frozen in fear as I saw the creature start walking towards me. We locked gazes. Then he smiled, his teeth razor sharp. He then jumped straight out of sight, like he jumped straight into the sky and into thin air. I immediately ran into my sister's room. I shook her awake in a state of fear and explained that I saw Krampus. It was then, through her groggy tiredness, that she admitted she made it all up. She got up and walked me back to my room. She flipped the light on and gave me a shocked look. I looked back at her. What? What the hell is this? She leaned towards my bed and picked up a magazine. It was the Playboy magazine. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say. I mean, I was just as baffled, and all I managed to spew out was, "That's Dad's." "Yeah, of course it's Dad's, you little freak," she replied. I tried to convince her that I didn't know how it got there, but she didn't believe a word I said. Just then she stopped me. "If I catch you with this again, I'm coming straight to Mum and Dad." I just looked down and agreed. Okay. Luckily, my sister was cool with it. To this day, I have never figured out how that magazine got there, or what that creature was that I saw outside. All I can say is that it is very possible I saw the real Krampus that night, and I was being warned for misbehaving. My sister and I never spoke again about that night. I'm honestly too afraid to bring it up. Hopefully, I will never have another encounter with Krampus. A massive thank you to all my patrons who are on screen right now. Thank you for supporting the channel and enabling me to keep making these videos. I really enjoy doing it, and it's awesome that you guys choose to give back to the channel. Really appreciate you guys. I hope everyone has a happy holiday season, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you then. Bye.